Actually, I've just had a week, my last week's holiday from work, so there we go. I've got an explosive. I'm going to use the explosive. Boom. What? For my second second Saturday in a row, I'm being given vast quantities of whiskey as well, which I can't complain too much about. Mine. Thank you. Go. There we go. Yeah, no, come it! Ah, hello! Yes, wasn't expecting you. You can please die. You can please... Ah! That didn't do nearly as much damage as I thought it would. Hello! To be fair, I've been trying my own collectathon games. Hopefully not this one. This is not a good game to complete. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, it's Zelda, and it's not a badly made game, but at the same time... Hark, do you hear the cry of the mighty Bubble Frog? It's not a bad game, by any stretch. As a standalone game, it's fine. As a game where one is invested in the lore, it's a pain in the arse. I mean, what is your opinion of Donkey Kong 64? I've never played it. I'm going to be honest. I don't know much about it. I've heard it's a legendary game. I don't know whether that's good or bad, but I've never played it. Is the honest answer. Why? Is it particularly awful to try and 100%? I should be careful saying that, because if I ever do put a redeem in for people to actually select the next game I play, somebody somewhere is probably going to say I should try and 100% something like that. DK Country was something to 100%, but never played DK64. And again, it's the 64, so early days of 3D gaming. I'm guessing some of the controls might be a bit... I won't say janky because that's unfair, but certainly less refined than the modern standards. I'm also guessing that it might be somewhere in the old nickel and dime days where it's rather difficult in places. Right, that's the Gerudo Sanctuary done. And up we go. Alright, I can mark it up on the map as well. Ah, cool. Oh. Alright, what am I doing now? Back to Gerudo Town. But I'm lazy, so we're going to use the quick trap. Well, let's put it this way. It was Rare's game between Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, and it was rushed in about a year. And I'm guessing they didn't pull off an Obsidian miracle, and therefore it's probably got some very janky sections to it. You see, people, when I see short production times, I can't help but think, well, New Vegas? And then I go back and think, oh yes, New Vegas. So yeah, I can see what's kind of gone on there. It's kind of like Banjo-Kazooie games in many ways, including controls. So basically, they took the core components of Banjo-Kazooie and slapped Donkey Kong on the top of it. That's my understanding. By the way, never played the game. Holding my hands up, never played the game. I do actually have an N64. Bought it off a friend. Well, I bought it off somebody back in school or one of my sister's friends. I can't remember. It's a Pikachu edition of the N64. Controller's shot. The analog stick doesn't work properly. But when I get the chance, I will actually get it up and running. I don't know if I'll ever get it working for the stream. Can you imagine me playing N64 games? I go on a rant about modern games. Actually, no, I'd be more forgiving with N64 games. I mean, well, I've played Mario 64. That was alright. Complained a bit about the camera, but who doesn't? And that's what I've been enjoying about it, because Jack makes the randomizer work kind of... Oh, Jank makes the randomizer work kind of well. Sorry, just the concept of Donkey Kong 64 randomizer. That sounds fairly interesting. I've never played a randomizer game as well. That's interesting. Fallout 3 was rushed. DLC and Fallout New Vegas fixed many of the problems. The same between New Vegas and Fallout 4. Great games, but they need to take their time. Fallout 4 never gelled with me. I love Fallout New Vegas, and that's probably why I fell so head over heels in love with The Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds was an astounding RPG. I love The Outer Worlds. I love Fallout New Vegas. Fallout 4 never gelled with me. I think it was the companion system that really irked me the most. Because in Fallout New Vegas, it's basically you get the companions, and then whether or not you unlock the good ending of their story is based on whether or not you've done certain parts. They've got a quest line each. It's all like Mass Effect 2 in a way. So, or maybe it was Mass Effect 2 before Mass Effect 2. I don't know. I can't remember when each game came out. But basically, you have the storyline, and you follow the companion storyline to its conclusion, and based on various bits and pieces, then that unlocks the good ending for them. Whereas Fallout 4, it basically tried to shoehorn you into changing your character personality around the companion. I really don't like that. I don't like that loss of freedom. I know it brings an element of realism into it, but here's a shocking thing. I'm not playing a video game for realism. If I was playing for realism, I'd play a sim, not an RPG. That's like saying, I want to be a swordsman, so I'm going to play The Legend of Zelda. Doesn't quite work like that. I can guarantee you if I could, I wouldn't be doing backflips to try and avoid people slashing at me with a sword. I'd be parrying with the sword. But that's me off on another rant, to be honest. Yeah, something about Fallout 4 just didn't gel. I loved 3 in New Vegas, and I never finished 4. Never finished 4 either. I finished New Vegas twice. I love New Vegas. I've never played Fallout 3. I tried, but I had the Steam version, and in typical Bethesda fashion, the moment I tried to load it, it crashed spectacularly each time. So in the end, I just gave up. I couldn't be bothered trying to fix it. So yes, one day I might get back to Fallout 4. Fallout New Vegas, even. Oh, and then there was Fallout 76, which I bought the deluxe edition for at a fair amount of cost. And then in a week, it was discounted to half price, and then even more so after that. And that is why, my friends, I do not pre-order games. Not unless it is for a specific company. For Nintendo, I'll pre-order, because the chances of Nintendo releasing a decent product is quite high. For a Yakuza game, I'll pre-order, because it's a Yakuza. Sega have done me well. I don't know about their history. I'm sure it's got its rough spots even. But I will pre-order a Yakuza game. I'm not pre-ordering another Bethesda game as long as I live. I'm not going to pre-order an EA game as long as I live. Or an Ubisoft game as long as I live. I haven't played an Ubisoft game in a while. The last Ubisoft game I played was Assassin's Creed Syndicate on my Steam Deck. And that was as a test. And then the stupid cloud system erased my entire save data, at which point I was more than a little annoyed. So yes. I had Fallout 76 has gotten better these days, but I don't know how much I trust that. I can believe that it's gotten better these days, very much so, but it's not enough to get me to go back to the game. It just isn't. It really isn't. Also, hail Stray Girl. Cheers. Would you pre-order an Earthmark game? You know what, mate? Yes. I would. Because unlike the likes of Bethesda, I will gladly give you the benefit of the doubt. I'd give an indie a benefit of the doubt. AAA studio, not so much. Well, yeah, I'd pre-order an Earthheart game. I'd pre-order a Nintendo game. Not Nintendo, I mean Nintendo. For those of you who know, you know, but still. To be honest, if you asked me, I'd give you a free copy. Ah, well. Wait, is that on the proviso that I get the free copy if I 100%ed it? Because, you know what, I probably would. The thing is, that said, however, I actually have games that people have gifted me that I still haven't played. I'm trying very hard to work them into the stream schedule, but unfortunately I seem to have a tendency of playing games that take me 100 to 200 hours to finish. So, you know. Not with the achievements I have in mind, I would not advise 100%ing it. Fair enough. Well, sorry, I'm off on another tangent. You say that. Thing is, I have two levels. Take Tears of the Kingdom, for example. We are completing this game. We are doing everything. We are not only 100%ing it, we are literally doing everything. However, 100% for me is by my criteria. So take Yakuza, or any of the Yakuza games, for example. If I'm platinum. If I'm going for platinum, there we go. That's my workaround. If I'm going for platinum, I would call it a completion run because that's absolutely everything. Most of the time, though, I'm only going for 100%. The only time I've broken that rule is for Yakuza Kiwami 2, where we actually went through and played it a second time in order to get the full platinum. Most of the time, I set my 100% by my own criteria. So, take Yakuza 3, for example. All of the main story missions, all of the sub-stories, and all of the completion lists. The end. I wasn't doing every one of the achievements, not happening. Wasn't doing the climax battles, not happening. Wasn't going for the platinum, not happening. So, yeah, I could probably do 100%. Depending on, you know, what the game requires. If 100% requires me to, I don't know, set the game working for 48 hours straight as I press the A button every 60 seconds, that's not really going to work. So, yeah. I've gone off on a ramble as well, I freely admit. So instead, let's go back to hunting for... I was going to say hunting for Korok seeds, but I've suddenly realised that we've got a sub-story to hand in, so that's exactly what we're going to do. If I ever create my own games, they will be RPG or horror. I'll play the RPGs, I'm not a big fan of horror. I don't like horror. Especially body horror. That stuff has left a vile taste in my mouth in the past, and I've never even seen the full films, I've just read synopses. But yeah, sorry for the tangent. It's alright. If you're sorry for me for sending me off on a tangent, don't worry about it. If you're sorry to the community for listening to me rant about that for about 5 minutes, don't worry. They've suffered through worse, I assure you of that. There are many in this community who have listened to me rant for a very long time about the lore of The Legend of Zelda and how much I hate this game for what it's done to it. What happened to that big orb? Didn't you see me carry it out? What? You found your way into the sanctuary? So the giant orb was the key after all. Well, did you learn anything about our mystery aid? What? The eighth was a vow? Is that true? But if you asked me what I thought the truth would turn out to be, I'd never have guessed this. To say that what we learned here will upend what we know of the Gerudo history in all its is an understatement. I've got to write up these findings as soon as I can. Don't worry, I'll mention your contributions as well. Hold on. What name should I credit you as? Link? That's a funny coincidence. Must be nice having the same name as Princess Zelda's favourite swordsman. I am her royal bodyguard and the hero of the Gerudo, I'll have you know. Oh, good, Bennett. I'll write this report up nice and thorough. I know you're excited to read it. Oh, before I forget, this is your reward. Also, by the way, it's Queen Zelda. The king is dead. Long live the queen. Sorry. Diamond. Diamond. We have diamond. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Good. Good, good. Right, we need diamonds. Yes. Next time you see me, I'll be the star of the Archaeological Society. Or my name isn't Nico Robin. Hello. You got the platinum for Zero. Said it was difficult, if I remember correctly. Played Kiwami 2 and you loved it. That's how I am. Yeah, pretty much. No, well, the thing with Yakuza Zero's platinum was a pain in the neck because I had to do all of the climax battles and stuff like the zombie, and there were a couple of other... The zombie and the Majima on drugs were real thorns in my side. They took a few streams. By the end, I had to set a 20-minute limit on the climax battles because otherwise I would have spent entire streams just trying to get through them. So yeah, I had to set a 20-minute limit for me to get through them. Kiwami 2 was just so easy to platinum. I love Kiwami 2. I really love Kiwami 2. But yeah, horror games like Resident Evil and Evil Within and Silent Hill, even if Silent Hill 2 had the music box song that's terrifying, and 3 had riddles involving Shakespeare. Fair enough. Resident Evil's probably, as far as horror goes, maybe I'd try Resident Evil, or at least the remakes, but for the most part, I usually avoid them. Yeah, that's what it is with Nintendo and never allowing Princess to get promoted. Exactly! She is the queen! The king died 100 years ago. She shouldn't be the Princess Zelda. She should be Queen Zelda. And once again, she shouldn't be off prattling around in a Tino village, acting as a headmistress of some school, but should be in Hyrule Castle, or at least near the castle, as the seat of governance, trying to rebuild the kingdom after the Great Calamity, put in farming structure, put in a royal guard, not a monster hunting squad armed with buckets and mops, an actual royal guard trained by Link if needs be, or answering to Link as their general, and then try and, I don't know, negotiate with the other races. You have a good standing with the king of the Zora. You have, through Link, a good standing with the chieftain of the Gerudo. You have a standing with the Rito tribe. Good lord, Link saved all 4 tribes, during Breath of the Wild. You could build such a kingdom out of all of it, and instead, no, you got saved, you banished the calamity, and then you went around for the rest of the 5 years afterwards playing headmistress because you want to be a scholar rather than a queen. So, I don't know, renounce your royal title and have a prime minister or something. But no, she is the princess because, Anyway, right, where were we? We're in the middle of a cutscene. Who put 50p in the Ezio? Nobody did, but somebody thought to start giving me vast quantities of whiskey, and this is what you get. Anyway. Well then, so look. Oh, and that was the end of that. Also, I'm mentioning that whiskey time. El Palomino. Cheers. Well, then Matt Mercer appeared, and from what I've heard, he's hot. I don't know about that. I don't swing that way, but I can certainly... Isn't Matt Mercer the one who voiced Ganondorf? Which is another point. Surely they could have done something more with Ganondorf. So far, we've had him appear in the first cutscene, and I assume he's going to appear in the last cutscene, and we've had him in a couple of cutscenes in between because we found the Tears of the Dragon. Why haven't they done more with him? Why? Why is it still Zelda giving us the Blood Moon thing? Why is it Phantom Zelda wandering around rather than zombie Ganondorf in a cape? He is the embodiment of evil. He is the Demon King. Do you think throwing him down a hole will stop him? No! Also, what are you for? Fair enough. Cheers, I thought. The black hole. Yes, Crypt Keeper. Right, oh well. So, where are we? Apart from me having a massive rant about all things insane about this game. Oh, well, nearly the 2.5 hour mark. Right. Excuse me. I think it's long overdue, even. Let me start looking for Korok seeds. So, with that said, let us ascend. Oh no, I want to go and talk to I'm gonna mark the rule of the region of the Gerudo tribe done. I'm counting that. I need to have a word with Riju and maybe Delaria. Treasures of the Gerudo Desert. I need that, yes. Nah, I think we have enough time for more Zelda lore discussions. Don't get me started. I warn you, as a friend, do not get me started on these rants, because they will go on for a very long time. Hey, Riju.
I'll do my best to learn more of what has happened with Zelda before we meet again. Make sure you come back and visit. Oh, and don't forget, even when I cannot be by your side, you can always call on my power as a sage.
I love Riju. She's just awesome. Riju wife of the moment. Riju really is. Valeria. She's disappeared. This is unfortunate because I need to talk to her. Then again, it is also nearly midnight, so she may have gone to bed. Wind Waker, best Zelda, best Ganondorf, puts up shield. Wind Waker's good. Best Ganondorf, not sure. I mean, okay, I'm a lore nut. Just putting it out there. So, in the great way up between between Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, they both balance out for me. Because you've got Wind Waker, which follows the adult timeline. You see what the ramifications of Zelda's choice to send Link back does. And you have Ganondorf, who not only has managed to revert himself back from his Ganon form to become this threat to the world. It's a good story as well, because you see the kingdom that fell and you see what happened when the goddesses got involved with the situation. And the goddesses have a role. The goddesses have a role with the pearls and with the Tower of the Gods and with the entire flooding of Hyrule. But then you've got Twilight Princess, where you see what happened in the Child timeline, where Link and Zelda went to the king and they managed to get Ganondorf exposed for what he was. For a tyrant trying to take, well, or for a terrorist trying to take over the kingdom, and you see him get executed, and you see the events of what happens and transpires in the Child timeline, and then you have the final fight, and you have the hero shade. I don't know. For me, personally, Twilight Princess isn't a perfect game. There's things in Twilight Princess that I would like to change, but I think Twilight Princess comes in just a bit above Wind Waker. Ocarina of Time set it going, but I wouldn't say it's the best Zelda game. It set gears in motion, but as far as it goes, it's a pretty dark story when you think about it. Because you have Link, who gives up everything. His father figure dies, then he loses 7 years of his life. He wakes up in a world destroyed by an evil that he unleashed unwittingly, and at the end of it, he gets sent back to be a child again, but nobody to remember him as a hero. And it's just, I would disagree. He learns through the battles, but I think he is best because you sympathise with him. But still have to go ahead because how he tried to do it. Oh wait, sorry, that was in a response to that thing. Ganon was a letdown in the final Wind Waker fight. Was he? I mean, I must admit, I've never finished Wind Waker, but as far as I recall, for at least from videos I've seen, only is the radio show discussing the best Zelda tomorrow. Is this being recorded tomorrow, or is this going live tomorrow? Also, hail Kev, welcome. Either way, the worst I remember was Phantom Hourglass Ganon, as it is so forgettable. Was Ganon even in Phantom Hourglass? Live tomorrow, I believe. Oh, fair enough. Well, depending on what time, I might join in on the discussion if I'm invited. And Ganon wasn't really in Phantom Hourglass. It was in a completely different world, though. That was... Who was the big bad in Phantom Hourglass? Devon on Radio Sega. Fair enough. I should be around at that point. I can't remember who the big... I'm getting distracted from this game as well. Oh, God, Bennett. And whiskey time. Hail, Stray Girl. Cheers. I didn't mind Wind Waker. Wind Waker and Spirit... Hello. Who, what, where, why, and how. Wind Waker and Spirit Tracks. Oh! Perfect. Thank you very much for the follow, and welcome to our little band of travellers, Samurai. Actually, is it even a little band of travellers now? Yeah, no, I think it's still a little band of travellers. Wait, why was I not following? I don't know. Bellum! It was Bellum! Sorry, I've completely lost... this has basically turned into a just chatting stream, hasn't it? Yes, it was Bellum. It wasn't Ganon. And Bellum was alright-ish. It was... Bellum didn't have sort of the gravitas of a Ganondorf. Bellum was sort of like a Calamity Ganon. He was just evil, who descended upon the world to cause evil. Even the big bads of Spirit Tracks had some sort of gravitas because it was New Hyrule, it was a different kingdom, they had a different evil that was sealed away long ago. Maybe by the original Link, Wind Waker Link, who knows? Because I can't remember the story. I can't remember that part of the story. But the Chancellor caused some great evil and released it, etc., etc. So, whereas Balan was just basically evil escaped the Temple of the Sea, and now Link must stop it. Also, Tetra's been turned to stone because, of course, she has. Yes, thank you, Mr. Korok. Right. Let's mark that as done on the maps. Yeah, okay. I think in terms of my hold on. Game. Orb Elliot, yep, done that. I should start trying to clear these. Pride of the Gerudo available after completing missing owner? Oh. Owner. Clara, the jewelry shop worker, is troubled. It seems the shop's owner went missing. Oh yeah, I need to do that one. To the ruins, I need to do that one. I've got a lot of sub-stories that I should probably crack on with. Mystery of the Ape. I've finished, haven't I? Yes. Phantom Hours' final boss, still forget, and they killed Zelda. Wait, hold on. When did they kill Zelda? In Phantom Hourglass? Because she was just turned to stone. Admittedly, they did the exact same thing in Four Swords. Or was it Minish Cap? How often has Zelda actually been turned to stone, come to think of it? No, they killed her in Twilight Princess. Kind of. It's still a bit muggy on what happened to her in Twilight Princess. So, how far through this do you think you are? 20%? 25%? Tell you what, we can find that out. Story-wise, we're halfway there. We have 98 shrines, 38 light roots, 519 Korok seeds. So we're over halfway on the Korok seeds. I've got, what, is it about 130 shrines? So we're maybe about 3/4 of the way with the shrines. Lots of light roots to do. I have no idea how far we are with the mini-bosses. Halfway there with the main story, don't know where we really are with the sub-stories, and we are nowhere close to finished with the armor and the armor upgrades. Zelda probably... Murder Zelda properly, you cowards! No, please don't. Zelda sacrifices herself to save Midna. That's what happened, yes. Well, Nintendo kind of murdered Zelda then. In a glorious sacrifice. Right. The time has come, my friends. Also, they killed poor Luigi. Wait, when did they kill Luigi? Unless you're referring to Super Paper Mario, in which case, yeah, that was... Well, it wasn't really killing as mind control, but still. Right. No, hold on. What was I saying before? We need furries. Not that kind of furry. We also need to go around the gacha machines because I need to get myself some fans. And I need some control sticks. Control stick, that works. Right, we'll go here first. So we need furries, we need control sticks, and we need fans. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Ah, fair enough. Yes. Oh, yes, they did. yes, I forgot about that. Sephiroth also nearly killed Mario. Didn't they have... Wasn't one of the Street Fighter... Wait, was it Street Fighter or Tekken characters who was throwing other characters into a volcano? Right, now my least favourite part of this game, excluding the lore and the weapon system and the Master Sword and various other parts, is let's catch ourselves some furries. Who are going to decide not to actually come anywhere near me for the next 15 billion years, and I'm going to have to faff around. Murder Mario properly, you cap. What is it with you and murdering things, Kev? Right. Kazuya is a has a family tradition for them. Fair enough. He could be a Yakuza character. Also, I do know that I'm at 116 deaths. Technically, I want to get to 117 on the principle of it's, well, John 117. But that means that I can't die at all for the rest of the game. And though it's possible, it is me and I am a dingus. So, yes, I don't think I want to risk that. Right, I need some charges. Oh, blind. Excuse me. Right, For some reason, I've also seen people producing entire diagrams on all the drop rates from the gacha machines, and I don't quite understand why. Apart from the vast quantity of springs that I've just gained. Okay. Now I get a feeling I understand why. It's because of the control sticks. Right. What are you for? Fair enough. Just follow me now. Right. I miss. I'm kind of looking forward to the how bonkers the plot of Tekken 8 is, and who will be thrown into the volcano next. I cannot answer that, but I can say that I probably should get myself some more water. So with that, I will be right back. Don't go away. Please to also get water. Well, fair enough. Almighty lurker. Right, okay. Well, we've stirred at the mighty gacha pods for long enough. Let's collect a bunch of things and sort this out. How many control sticks did I get? I got 2. How many have I got now? I give it 6. 5 fans, 6 control sticks. You know what? That kind of works. Right, okay, so... I can get fans from there, can't I? And more of the cooking pots, because why not? Those out, marvellous. Right. 590 Paroxys. What have I done with my life? Right. There's the gacha machine. Is that the gacha machine I am looking for, however? And I'm also freezing to death immediately. Right, okay. What's happening on? Oh, okay. We've got a bit more time. I'll give a bit more time. What's up? Hail, stray girl. Cheers. This is like my last Saturday. Only instead of sitting in a pub in Scotland talking about Mahjong, karate, I'm basically sat here talking and ranting about Zelda lore. Man, I've had a good couple of Saturdays. Right. What a way to end my 29th year, eh? Or is it 929? I lose track. Give me fans. All of the fans. That comes to 10. Yeah, I'll go for a bit more. Oh, a bunch of wings as well. Cool, can make the Enterprise. Right. Done. You know, it's just dawned on me. We've had a blood moon. The King Glaco is back. Do we try another King Glaco? I've also just realised I've still got 4 Sages Spirits available. Why am I not going to a goddess statue to get Riju upgraded? Do or do not. There is no try. In that case, what we're going to do is we are going to find a goddess statue, which... What's the easiest one to... Oh, balls to it. We'll go to the Temple of Time, why not? So, plan of action. Temple of Time. Goddess statue. Upgrade Riju. Go and king the... Go and kill the King Liko. Then we'll go into the desert and continue some Korok seed hunting. Depending how long it takes us to kill the King Liko. We're going to king the King Liko. The King Liko is not king enough. We must king it some more. Yes. I have no idea what I'm saying anymore.